morning, my dear students. Welcome back again. In our session today, we will cover the lesson of adjective and adverb. Let's listen to our school goal vision mission.
The purpose of Everett's American School is to provide a safe and academically challenging learning environment to meet the students' needs. The school believes in strengthening the academic progress as well as the personal development of students, which will contribute to enhance the environmental and social responsibility. Our vision: to inculcate and develop 21st century skills in students and enable them to become productive and responsible citizens. Our mission: to provide a locally and globally competitive education that enables students to develop 21st century skills. Enhancing career and college readiness and highly elevating responsibilities and patriotism through the effective application of UAE education policies and the latest international teaching and learning strategies.
In our session today, we have three main objectives. The first one is to promote caring in our society. The second one is to use the adjective and the adverb properly. And these two main objectives will be covered during this session. And the third one, to answer the given tasks properly. This objective will be covered during the second part of this session. Always remember,
work to develop caring, loving relationships with your friends. Be a strong moral role model and mentor. Make caring for others a priority and set high ethical expectations. Be positive and treat others with respect. Don't let rudeness pass.
in our lesson today, adjective and adverb, we will learn together how to differentiate between adjective and adverb and how to use them properly. We already covered this lesson in the second term, but actually this lesson was not well covered, so I prefer to start the third term of this lesson. Our main question today is, what is the difference between adjective and adverb? Can anybody give me an answer? What is the difference between adjective and adverb? Let's see. Adjective is a word that modifies a noun or pronoun. The word modifies means describes. It means that the adjective describes noun or pronoun. But adverb is a word that modifies a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. When it modifies a verb, it can tell us how, or when, or where, or to what extent. Remember that adjective follows sense verb or a verb of appearance, such as feel, taste, smell, sound, look, appear, and seem when it modifies the noun before the verb. For example, when I say my mom's food, it smells delicious. Here, the adjective is delicious, which modifies my mom's food. Another example. Castor oil tastes awful. The adjective awful here describes castor oil. It modifies the noun oil. And awful is coming after the verb tastes. The ocean air smells fresh. Here the adjective fresh modifies the ocean air. And also we have another adjective here, ocean, that modifies air. Also remember that adjective usually answer one of the few different questions, like number one, what kind, or which, or how many. Let's see this example. The tough professor gave us the final exam. Here in this example we have two adjectives. Who can detect them? Yes, the first one is tough, the second one is final. Tough tells us what kind of professor we're talking about, and final tells us which exam we are talking about. Another example. 15 students passed the midterm exam. We have two adjectives here as well, 15 and midterm. 15 tells us how many students, and midterm tells us which exam the students passed. Also remember that most of the time, adjectives come before nouns, but not all the time. I ate an enormous breakfast. The adjective here is enormous. It's coming before the noun breakfast. Another one. Jean Robin has a new typewriter. The adjective here is new. It modifies typewriter and it's used before the noun. It was a dangerous lake to swim in. So here, the adjective is dangerous, modifies lake, and is used before the noun. Now, it's time to move to adverb. So many students get confused about adverb. So right now, I'll try to clarify the meaning of adverb and how to use them in the sentences properly. Always remember that adverb describe and modify a verb or adjective or another adverb. Let's look at the examples. For example, if I say someone is running slowly, the adverb here is slowly, and it answers one of the questions, how did the runner run? Also, the adverb can answer the question of how deep was the snow? How well did the singer sing? Adverb have the answer to all these questions. Let's have examples. He played the guitar skillfully. He played the guitar dreadfully. He played the guitar passionately. I have three different adverbs here. The first one is skillfully, the second one is dreadfully, the third one is passionately. Also remember that many adverbs ending in ly. Many adverbs are formed by adding ly to an adjective, such as lovely, ugly, sadly, happily, briefly, easily, truly. But remember that ly ending doesn't guarantee a word is an adjective. We have an example here. The adjective is quiet. If you want to make it adverb, you add ly, it becomes quietly. Remember that when you use an adverb, you modify or change the meaning of a verb, an adjective, or another verb. For example, modify verb. If I say good driver, turn the corner and I stop, it's different from saying good driver, turn the corner slowly. Also, whenever you modify adjective, you might change the meaning. Really good driver, turn that corner slowly. You make a kind of confirmation here. Also, when you modify an adverb, let's see. Good driver, turn that corner very slowly. Very slowly. Here you change the meaning by adding very as an adverb. So many students usually ask me where we have to add the adverb. The placement of the adverbs. Adverb modifying verbs can usually be moved around in sentence with or without changing the meaning. Here, before the verb, we can use the adverb. The car immediately stopped. Also, we can put after the verb. The car stopped immediately. Adverbs that modify adjective or other adverb belong right in the front of the word they modify. Also, we can use adverb before adjective. That's an extremely dangerous corner for bicycle riding. We can use it before the adjective. Extremely here is used before dangerous. Before adverb also. When I say the car turned the corner really quickly. Here really is used before the adverb quickly. So it means that the adverb can be used before the verb or after the verb, before the adjective or before the adverb. We have some confusing adverb pairs. Let's see. Will is an adverb, but the adjective is good. Badly is an adverb, the adjective is bad. Really is an adverb, the adjective is real. Surely is an adverb and the adjective is sure. Let's look at these examples. Everyone has to memorize these adverb and adjective. So when I say good, the adverb is well. And when I say bad, the adverb is badly, real, really, sure, surely. Her test results were good. Adjective linked to results. She did well on her test. The adverb modifying the verb did.
Objectives. 1. To promote caring in our society. 2.